The Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 24, or the UA24 for short, is a durable 24-liter backpack that is pretty great for travel as well and has a super comfortable harness system. I'm Tom, the founder of Pack Hacker, where we use our expertise and real-world experience to provide practical resources and honest opinions, guiding you towards smarter travel. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Let's jump right into the Mystery Ranch UA24, a bag that I have personally been testing for the last 2 weeks, including 4 flights in Detroit, Michigan, Los Angeles, California, and San Francisco, California. So let's jump in and check it out. Overall, the Mystery Ranch UA24 has a pretty streamlined look, especially when comparing it to other bags in the Mystery Ranch line. Aesthetically, their line can run the gamut, so overall they have kind of more of an outdoorsy and tactical look. This one, there's not a ton of external MOLLE going on, but if you do look at some of their other bags, there's a lot of like PALS webbing going on, and it looks even a little bit more militaristic than this one does. But generally, slim profile on this one, not a lot going on, smooth exterior, and we like that, especially for travel. At the time of this review, this bag comes in 4 different colorways. There is black, indigo, ivy, and the shadow color that we have here. Sadly, the UA24 doesn't come in any throwback colorways yet. The main fabric on the exterior of this bag is tough and durable. It is a 500D Cordura nylon. From a branding perspective, we have the Mystery Ranch logo going at the top here. So generally some subdued branding that is about the same color as the bag. Although the logo is a little bit big, we like that it's not really screaming at you and doesn't stick out too much. We think the Mystery Ranch UA24 has a unique look. Some folks like it and some don't. So we decided to poll our Instagram audience over at Pack Hacker to get their thoughts on it, and here are the results. Make sure to follow at Pack Hacker on Instagram. We'd love to have you be a part of future polls. To wrap up the hardware, we have durable YKK AquaGuard zippers going on throughout the entirety of this pack, and some are number 10s, really big and beefy, number 8s as well. Just a good variety of high quality zippers. And then on the strap adjusters, we have nice high quality Duraflex as well. So Mystery Ranch doesn't really mess around with durability and quality. Everything that you see going on with this bag is solid. And for those of you wondering, this is fully packed out and the bag does not stand on its own. Moving on to the external components of this bag, kicking it off with the harness system. Now, this is one of my personal favorite parts of the bag because it wears high on your back. It's super comfortable and super adjustable, which means that it works well with different body types. At first, this bag felt a little bit weird before I got everything fully dialed in and adjusted, but the more I used it, the more I traveled. Even having it on for prolonged periods of time and completely maxed out in capacity, you really start to realize how comfortable this bag is. Starting with the straps, there is some seriously thick and dense foam going on here. So I'd say it's about a ½ inch in thickness, and it's really dense as well. There are load lifters at the top that adjust in 2 different places so you can get the right fit for you, and they are properly anchored to the straps as well. So you kind of cinch these up, and then you can wear the bag up high on your back. Additionally, there is a semi-flexible frame sheet at the top here that can move and flex as you're adjusting these load lifters as well. Heading down the rest of the straps, there is a thin row of PALS-like webbing here, and that's going to be for the sternum strap. Although it looks like there are 5 different sections, there are about 3 sections that fit the sternum strap inside of it comfortably. Now, sometimes we have gripes with this style of sternum strap because it can easily fall out. However, the plastic hardware that Mystery Ranch has selected for their sternum strap is wide, and it sort of just stays in place even while this sternum strap is being jostled around while you're in transit. Moving down the rest of the straps, at the bottom here we have some really beefy Duraflex buckles that just glide while you're adjusting the straps. Then the only con here is there's really no elastic keeper or anything like that to manage this excess strap. So definitely not a dangle-free experience. Wrapping up the rest of the harness system here, we have this back panel that's nice and padded, about the same density, if not a little bit more than the straps. And then we have this mesh paneling here as well that can help with additional airflow. No option for a hip belt in this bag, but you may not necessarily need one, especially at 24 liters. And the way the pack carries, it's just so comfortable even when loaded out to the maximum capacity. Moving on to this handle at the top, it sort of just seems like an afterthought. The positioning of it is towards the back of the bag, which makes it a little bit harder. So when you pick it up, it's gonna do this, and it's gonna be, sort of flailing all over the place. So that's one thing. And then secondly, there is no padding here at all. So, maybe they could have used some foam padding that's in these straps here, maybe a little bit thinner. Even I know a lot of companies just kind of sew this over so it feels a little bit more padded while you're grabbing it. But overall, like the positioning of this and the material that this is made out of just seems kind of tacked on last minute. It definitely gets the job done. It's just not amazing and doesn't really match the quality of the rest of what this pack has going on. Wrapping up the exterior features here, we have 2 exterior water bottle pockets on the side. Now it's important to note that these pockets themselves don't really have any stretch. The pro of this is that you don't get a bunch of extra kind of shape and space going on in the exterior of this pack. So if you have like a big, massive water bottle, that's really gonna stick out. But in order to put a bigger bottle in here, the main capacity of the interior of this bag needs to be a little bit more on the empty side if you want to fully utilize the outer pockets for a large water bottle. Kicking it off with the pack interior, starting with the laptop compartment. So there's basically a little nylon webbing grab handle here that you can use as you're zipping this compartment up and down, which is a nice handy little feature. Now this is a number 10 YKK AquaGuard zipper, which means 2 things. One is that it's really, really durable. It's about the most durable zipper that YKK makes, especially for the luggage and backpack class. Number 2, adds a lot of weather resistance for your tech gear that you want to put inside. So if we open this up, we have that curved frame sheet going on here that we can kind of pull back. There's some nice flexibility there as you want to get to your laptop or your tech gear on the inside. Then you have 2 little divider pockets here. So one in the back is for your laptop, and that has a false bottom, which means that the design of it kind of stops right about here. So if you drop this, abruptly, your laptop bottom is going to slam to the ground. So that's a really nice feature. Love when bags do that and include that. And on the front of that, there is a small pocket for your tablet as well. There's some slight padding on the laptop pocket, which we like, as well as small elastic on the sides to kind of keep everything a little bit stretchy. Now, one thing that we noticed in usage of this bag is that the laptop pocket can sometimes be a little bit stubborn. A 15-inch MacBook Pro with no case on it is sometimes hard to flip in and out of this pocket. So whether this fabric on the sides is kind of folding up, things like that, sometimes it's just a little bit stubborn to get in. And maybe it's because this is positioned a little bit lower on the bag itself, and like we get why it would be that way, just so it doesn't get in the way of this kind of curved frame sheet at the top. However, just note that it can be a little bit stubborn to slide a laptop in and out of here. Moving on to the top of the bag, here we have this top flap drop pocket. So this has a number 8 YKK zipper. Again, it's AquaGuard, the large zipper and super durable for this application, but we like that. Mystery Ranch is kind of like killing it with fire as far as durability goes. So that opens right up. And then you can see that there's this mesh material here. So this mesh material leads into the main compartment of this bag. Again, really love this top pocket here. Good for toiletries, computer charger, a tech pouch, anything you need quick access to. These are always nice to have in the airport, just to take everything out of your pockets, quickly shove them in here, and then just go through security. Now onto the main event of this bag, the tri-zip or 3-zip that you see in a lot of Mystery Ranch bags. And this is our first Mystery Ranch review with a product that has this 3-zip, so we're excited to dive in and really test it out. The top of this vertical zip is sort of hidden by these 2 side zippers, so if you wanted to open it up kind of duffel style, you could unzip these a little bit, and then get access to that top zip. Now it kind of opens up like a duffel. One of the great things about the tri-zip and having softer materials on the inside like clothes is it seems like you could just really compress it down. So if you have this number 10 YKK zipper, grab onto the bottom here and just really rip that zipper closed. It's gonna compress all your clothing and everything inside very easily. And I'll just show you quick how I had this thing packed out on my trip. I had the Tom Bin 3D organizer clear pouch going out at the top here for toiletries. Had a couple more in here than you see inside of the bag. That was going on there. And then 2 small Peak Design packing cubes. So one at the top here, just pull that out. And then one kind of at the front of this tri-zip here. So this just had all my clothing inside of it. Again, just really nice to have that additional compression. You can see here that we have 2 cubes stacked up, handles that really, really well. Pull that out. And then there is a medium-sized Peak Design packing cube here. and I've actually got a suit in here because I was at a wedding. So it fits all that really nicely. And again, just like really, you can kind of cram it in there with this massive zip, which is really nice. And there's a ton of organizational features on the inside as well. Didn't take advantage of all of them and everything it has to offer, but there's some clever stuff going on the inside. On the interior wings of the bag, we have this zippered mesh pocket going on with some good ample space at the top to put in smaller items. Maybe if you have cords, SD cards, just kind of like Kleenexes, just little things that you want access to and you always want to know where they are. These mesh pockets are good for that. And then at the front of these wings, we have 2 water bottle pockets going on as well, which are good for holding water bottles. Now, something to note on all these interior pockets with this, they do use that interior liner material, and they don't have any elastic going on the outside here either. So it's not really gonna hold things in very tightly. So just note that, it's just a liner, not a lot of stretch, no elastic at the top. On the back panel, there is some interesting organization going on as well. So there's a space in the back here for flatter items. Say if you have like a folder or documents that you wanna take with you, you can pop those in here. And that goes down to about here, the bottom of this admin panel. So there's ample space there. And then there's also a zippered compartment as well that you can open up. Has the same depth as the pocket behind it. In front of that, 2 liner pockets on the sides. So this one fits a Tom Bin pouchkin really well, kind of using that as a little first aid kit on the road. One on the other side of the exact same size, and then 2 pen, pencil, or stylus pockets going on right in the middle. The beauty of all this organization is that it lays flat when you don't need it or if you don't want to utilize it. But if you do, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to use. And definitely you can just fill this thing up with big packing cubes and kind of compress everything and jam it in. At the time of this review, I've personally been testing the Mystery Ranch UA24 in Detroit, Michigan, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, California, including 4 flights. Generally, this bag is very comfortable to carry for very long periods of time and fits under an airplane seat quite well due to the 24-liter capacity and size. The lower profile exterior of this pack, as well as the lay flat water bottle pockets, are great for travel and just everyday use because there's not a lot of extra stuff going on all over this pack, and there's no exterior stretchy pockets, which means that it will retain this shape even as you fully fill out the bag. The look of this bag is a tad more on the tactical side, and the versatility, functionality, and comfort is really there. So to wrap this thing up with some pros and cons, there are some high quality materials and construction going on with the UA24 for some great durability. The pack is very comfortable and has a great harness system that's customizable to different body types. The unique 3-zip or tri-zip design creates multiple ways to access, and you can really get inside of this pack without having a fully clamshell design. Now onto some of the cons. The laptop compartment can be a little bit slow to access. The sides can kind of bunch up and make it a little bit hard to easily slide your laptop inside, even something as thin as a MacBook Pro 15-inch. The top handle seems a little bit unsolved, especially compared to the rest of the attention to detail that's been paid on this bag. There is no elastic or stretchiness on the interior pockets to hold the items in place. The Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 24 is an excellent addition to Mystery Ranch's other 3-zip bags. There's a lot of attention to detail put into the way this bag carries, and you can really feel it after you've had it on, fully loaded for a long period of time. Although we have gripes with the laptop compartment and some of the interior pocket design, the pros greatly outweigh the cons with this excellent, well thought out, and comfortable bag. This bag could be a great choice for you if you prioritize carry comfort, organization, and durability while not minding a slightly more tactical look. So there you have it, our review of the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 24. We would love to hear what you think of this bag in the comments below. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.